Welcome back to Flossy Insight. Welcome back to my channel. Today I haven't got a clothing haul, but I've got something quite serious that I kind of need to talk about. But also I've actually got what's in my work bag video for you today. For those of you who don't know, I'm actually a nurse, work in the healthcare sector, and we all know the whole news. We've been watching the news. We've all felt the impacts in our lives, in our family, in different ways, in our businesses, in our jobs, in our workplace. I'm talking with nothing else but the COVID-19. I kind of try to stay away from it because it can make some people quite depressed. I really want to bring all that vibe to people, but I'm just going to touch a little bit about it just to say I hope we're all keeping safe out there and being in contact with our loved ones, with our friends, our family, and also you know what, thank God for social media these days that we're able to communicate, we're able to do video call, we're able to call each other without seeing. It might not be the same, but it's better than nothing at all. Just to let some people know that also you're not alone. I mean, so many things is on the increase with this whole thing happening. Anxiety is on the increase, depression is on the increase, suicide abuse is on the increase as well. So we kind of it's very important for us to look out for each other these days and extend our love and our care and stuff. Literally, it's just about treating others how you would like to be treated, and that's the main thing. COVID is quite a serious issue. Being in the front line, seeing it, hearing about it, actually even experiencing it. I can't wait for this whole phase to be over. But for it to be over, we all need to follow the government guidelines about the social isolation, the distancing. It is hard work to be indoors, trust me, because I mean, at least I still get to go to work, but coming back home, staying indoors, especially with the weather all being beautiful, being nice, and summer, actually, if you live in the UK, you know, for us to get nice, lovely weather is probably once in a while. And once we get it, it's, you know, everyone wants to make the most of it, vitamin D and things like that we all want to get. And there's something about the sun that makes everybody excited. And just imagine being told to stay indoors. But hopefully, by the grace of God, it's going to be over sooner than expected. And just pray for the ones who unfortunately are losing their life through this or in hospital. Just picture those people who are in hospital or, you know, going through so many things. So we have so many things to be grateful and to be thankful for. Enough of that right now. Today I'm just gonna kind of do a different video. I like to do hauls, but there's a different part of Flossy, not just fashion, because my channel is about lifestyle as well and travel. Unfortunately, we can't travel either at the moment. So I thought, working in the healthcare sector, I'll do a what's in my bag kind of thing. I show you, I tell you what I've got in my work bag and the essential and what I use it for, to be honest. That's what we're gonna do today. Yeah, so grab a cup of tea or something and relax, chill, and that's my work bag. That's actually my work bag that I take to work. It's just a normal bag from Aldo. I've had it for like probably coming up to 3 years. It's really good quality, sturdy. You need something like this for work, and I tend to like to use something to do with leather or non-clothing because, you know, working in a health setting, there's a lot of infection, bacteria. This is something that I can kind of after work take the alcohol wipes or something and clean it down. So yeah, that's why my preference is more of this, because you can also see spillage, you can see stains. It's more visible on black, so you can see it. So something black is good for the first thing I've got in my bag, I've got my hand sanitizer, my alcohol gel hand sanitizer. I've got this little pocket one that I to have my own little one. I'm not a fan of the hospital squiggy. Everybody is squashing it and going past. You don't know. Believe it or not, there's bacteria. There is infection there as well. So I tend to prefer to buy this little one, usually or sometimes get them from Amazon, and it fits into my pocket straight. I mean, it's if you don't have access to wash your hands almost immediately, this is very good. This is very handy, although I still prefer washing my hands, because I notice with these the alcohol seems to be a little bit strong and I start to itch or have dry hands. I don't know if anybody experiences it. I've tried several different ones, but I still get it. So I just trying to use it as in when I need to use it. The other thing I take to work, or when I'm going to work, my tea mug. I like to have my own personal tea mug. I mean, while driving to work, I usually make my cup of tea in here and I tend to drink it to work. So I don't like sharing mugs. Again, you don't know who's been there, you don't know how it's being cleaned, how it's being washed. So I'm quite I don't know, that's a clean freak, or I hate mess in that way, or just don't even want to think about the unthinkable. So to be honest, I usually just take my own flask, my own mug with me, do my tea there, my coffee, even at the end of my shift, to help me to drive, to concentrate and to focus, because it kind of preserves the tea to be quite warm for a longer time. Like in the summer or something, while we're moving around, sometimes we kind of forget to take a break and snack. So having sips of drinks here and there, it's really good. I also take my phone charger to work. We all know our battery die, and working in healthcare is usually 12-hour shift. I do nights, that's my shift, my rota. Most of the time I do nights by preference because of family setting. But yeah, so I need my charger with me because the battery could die, and also to keep in contact with family and any emergency, you don't know. So yeah, my charger is always and I always make sure it's working, it's not chopped, is intact, and is able to charge my phone. So I take this and charge it. Another thing that I always make sure I have is a deodorant. At the end of my shift, or sometimes in between your shift, depends on how strenuous the shift is, or when you go on your break and you come back. Listen, you don't want to kill anybody with any body odor or anything like that. And sometimes, especially in the summer, I have noticed, you know, you sweat more because you're a bit more active, you're on the go, unlike the winter. So I always have a deodorant in my bag when I feel a bit uncomfortable, I feel like I need to freshen up. Another thing I usually have is my lip balm. This is a cocoa butter lip balm. I have this because in the winter, this is more in the winter as well, sometimes you end up with so this is for kind of lip protection, lip balm. I use this because we gotta look after ourselves. Even if we're on duty, we also need to look presentable and smell presentable. I've also got my lip gloss for a bit of color, especially at the end of the shift. When you walk out of the hospital, you don't want to look like a zombie. You still need to look a bit presentable, you know, not scary or scare people off. Feel like, yeah, you know, it's not the end of the world. Another thing more medical is I've got this pen touch. This is what I use while on duty. We need it more for neurovascular ops and stuff, so just for pupil dilation. So you kind of have a light. Don't know if you can see it. Can you see it blinking? Yeah. So yeah, I need this for work. I use it to just, if you can see, it's about the numbers. If you're in the medical field, you understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, so I need this for work. So I usually have that in my work bag as well. Easy access. I always have it on duty with me where I keep my pen, easy for me to get to it. I've also got my jotter here. I don't know, there's this thing called handover, or whenever you're on duty and you don't want to forget certain things. You know, sometimes we're humans, we forget things. So it's easy for you to just jot down a few things that you might need to remember to hand over to the next team, or something you learned and you're like, you know what, I'm going to go and research and look more into it. So this jotter kind of helps, and it slips into my pocket, my uniform pocket, straight and nice. So I like it nice and colorful and stuff. It's motivating, it's girly. So listen, we ain't gonna be having horrible hands, because though you wash your hand doesn't mean you have hands like I don't know, like a crocodile or something, or very hard and cracked. We ain't having that. So I've got not one but two. So I've got two different hand cream, because it's also good as you wash your hands and you put alcohol gel and stuff. It's also very vital for you to invest in really good hand cream, even if you're not in the healthcare sector. As ladies, come on, we need to have some good moisturizing hand. You don't want to be touching your man or going on a date and your hand feels as hard as whatever, like a weightlifter or something. We're not having that. No. So yeah, this is very good. This Neutrogena hand cream, it's a bit like a Vaseline kind of feeling in your hands. It feels a bit like Vaseline. And this Body Shop one is really nice, and I haven't stopped using it because I keep going back to buy the same one. It's the Body Shop. It's nice, it's handy, and it slots into my uniform pocket as well. It's smaller than this, so I tend to use this one. I tend to go for this quicker. It's just a little bit bigger than the size of a lip gloss or something. I've also got a comb or a mini hairbrush in my bag because after shift, or even when you come out from your break, sometimes you've been so busy and you forget to brush your hair or something. So I've got like a little comb in there, either before the start of shift, during the shift, or at the end of the shift. We still need to always look presentable. The world is not on our shoulders. We still gotta look presentable. We still gotta look glam. You get me? I've got my milk, my dried skimmed milk. Okay, I don't take, because I don't know if anyone, if you you know, in the hospitals we get given, or in the healthcare sector, whatever, in the community, whatever you work, most of the time you have the blue milk, the full fat milk, on the semi-skimmed milk. If you're on diet, those things are not good for you, because and also if you're lactose tolerant, they ain't good for you. So I usually take soya milk or almond milk, and I haven't seen any dried version of those milk. Anybody who's seen it, let me know. So I kind of settle for this dried skimmed milk, and I believe it's the red cap milk, pure, no calories at all. I actually take it with me because I use it to make my tea.
I love my tea because it gives me that sanity and keeps me active, keeps me awake. I love tea. Summer, spring, autumn, winter, we drink tea.
We love tea, so this cannot be missing in my bag. I've also got my sweetener for my hot drink. So yeah, I take the stevia, the 0 calories stevia tablets with me. So I like the fact it's handy. I just click it and it's in my tea and I'm happy. So this is always there. It's got to be there because I don't take sugar, I don't take honey, and I don't want to be dipping my hand in my spoon in the sugar that you don't know how many people are dipping their hands in. No. I've also got a bubble gum. I usually use, I always have to have this because, you know, sometimes when you get a bit tiring, it's bad habit. Don't chew chewing gum around. You know, it's not professional. It's off my night duty to keep me awake. I tend to chew chewing gum. It helps me. Fresh breath gives you the strength, gives you, wakes you up as your jaw is moving, because I don't think anybody's going to be sleeping and chewing, eating or chewing or something. So I also have an ID card to identify ourselves. Yeah, so we use it to identify ourselves to go into the hospital. Some hospitals have a code you've got to go in with and stuff. And also if you work in the community, before going into someone's house, you need to show yourself, show your ID and explain who you are. You can't just walk into someone's house without an ID card. You need an ID card. And also for your safety reason, an ID card is also important. I've also got my pens. Okay, I've got this thing. Whenever I go on holiday, I collect pens because that's what I use a lot at work. Places have gone digital, depends on where I'm working. Some places they're still in the whole hard copy, you've got to write and jot everything down. But fair enough, you still need to write and jot things down too. I like to, I don't know, collect pens wherever I go to on holiday. It's like a souvenir for me. So this is a pen I picked up in Mexico, and this one was from Disneyland Paris. I think I picked it up. It's very pretty. It's the whole Disney theme. I thought it was nice, so I got that as well. And you can never have enough pen. You need pens because sometimes these pens they just die on you. I've also got my headphones. When I go on break, I tend to use my headphones to either listen to music or to do video call my family, see they're doing okay, or speak to friends in general, or even to watch a movie, listening to music and someone else is trying to rest, being considerate, you know. We have to be fair on others, so that's why I've got the headphones there. And I've also got my tea bags. I've got this lemon and ginger tea bag because I tend to like drinking lemon and ginger first thing in the morning, especially in the winter. It clears my throat. I just feel it gives me that, would I say that zing, like the adrenaline a little bit, and I like the taste first thing in the morning. I've also got the peppermint tea. I like the peppermint tea because, again, usually in the morning I tend to feel bloated. I don't know if anybody gets that. At first it used to be the milk, and now I actually take the dried skimmed milk, so the bloatedness has reduced significantly. But I still like this because you still need a bit of peppermint tea because it helps flush. It's like a, well, I say like a detox, so it helps flushes all the bad things from your belly. I like it anyway because I don't like green tea, plain green tea. I like to have a bit of mint taste, so that's where this goes to. So I usually get either the pure peppermint tea or the green tea with mint flavor in it, if you haven't seen that. Okay, something else I've also got is a toothpaste. Now when it's less busy, or when I finish my break, when I come off my break, I tend to like to brush my teeth. We can't be going to our patients with bad breath. It's really bad practice. And I've got my brush in here, and my brush, the little, I don't know what I say, the storage thing for the brush, picked it up from eBay a long time ago, and my brush is in there, so it's sealed, it's secured, it's free from infection, so it's not gonna pull out, and it's quite tightly, you know, it's quite tightly fixed and stuff. And with the whole COVID and everything happening, we now have to use a mask, so I tend to,
This is my mask.
so I have this mask. It's reusable, by the way. So, and I think this is from my last shift, when I finished from the ward, my last shift. So we use this once we leave the hospital, and also we have to have it on every patient care, but we have a fresh one at the start of each shift. So yeah, so we use that just for protection. So I've got a spare one, because I usually tend to use it once I finish my shift, driving home or something. You don't know who you're going to come into contact with anymore, so being safe, playing safe. So I've got my face shield, my face mask here. And finally, I've got my perfume. Got my perfume here. It's a little, it's like a Dolce & Gabbana perfume, because we've got to be smelling nice. In the beginning of our shift, we need to smell nice. When we go visit our patients, we got to be smelling nice, not smelling like they want to run away from us. And at the end of my shift as well, I tend to use the perfume, because it's always good to, I don't know. The one thing I hate is body odor. One thing I hate is someone looking pretty and beautiful, and then you can't stand the smell of them or to be around them, because the mouth stings, the body stings, everything stings. So I just have this little 30 ml one in my bag, and it lasts long time, very long time. So be careful that you don't suffocate them with so much strong perfume. So yeah, that kind of wraps up the end of my what's in my bag nurse edition. Yeah, so it's been exciting and stuff, because everything in there's a reason for it to be in there. Don't just put things in a bag, or just have it in there for anything. So yeah, that's what I put in my bag to get ready to go to work and stuff, and they're all essential items to me, both for me and for the work I do, and also for the patients. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you once again for sticking to the end and watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification button, so you get alerted whenever I upload a new video, which is usually Sunday and Wednesday. Sometimes if I'm less busy, I can throw in a video during the week or something like that. Yeah, thank you. I'd love to hear your opinion, what you think, and also want to know how people are coping, how people are staying positive out there. And yeah, so hopefully very soon this whole pandemic will be over. I'm looking forward to having back to normality. And thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.